Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Lexington police say an escaped inmate has been caught overnight. We'll have the full story coming up next.
The Anderson County coroner is investigating a death after hikers found some human remains over the weekend.
And a Southern Kentucky family honoring their son 5 years after his death. We'll have those stories and more. And breaking news as it happens coming up on WKYT This Morning. Good morning to you. Welcome. It's good to have you along with us Monday morning. We hope you had a nice weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in. For the first track on the weather, let's turn to meteorologist Micah Harris.
Well, the first track is actually a really good track. We're not seeing much outside, so there's good news for you this morning. Waking up, getting the things going. We're looking outside. Good clean sweep, and look, as we go throughout the day, I know we're starting off on the chilly side, but that will change very rapidly as we hit the afternoon. We're 39 both in Richmond and also Lexington, 32 in Danville, 34 there in Mount Sterling. You see some 40s down toward the southeast. That's where we have a little bit more clouds to kind of deal with. Very nice, though, by the afternoon. We warm rapidly. You'll start to feel that breeze start to pump on in here and push in some mild air right ahead of this next front. You've heard about this front for about a week now. I'll show you how low we are with the numbers coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, should be nice weather until that. Let's get to the news.
New this morning, Lexington police say an inmate who walked off the Blackburn Correctional Center last night has been caught.
Police say Terrell Lee Chandler escaped from the Blackburn complex about 9:30 last night. Chandler was set to be up for parole in August. He was serving a 14-year sentence for making crystal meth. They thought he was picked up by his fiancée, and then they drove to Tennessee, where Chandler is from. At about 1:45 this morning, Lexington police say Chandler was arrested in Nashville.
Well, the Anderson County Sheriff's Office is investigating after two deer hunters found some human bones on New Liberty Road. This happened on Sunday.
And WKYT's Jordan Valines talked to the coroner about the investigation.
On Saturday night, two deer hunters were out here in the rugged terrain of western Anderson County when they stumbled upon a man's wallet, prompting police to come search the area, and that's when they discovered human remains. The Anderson County coroner tells us that after searching 500 yards of forest and pasture land, they located several human bones, which are believed to belong to only one person. They also located clothing and glasses in the wooded area off of New Liberty Road, about 15 miles outside Lawrenceburg. Investigators returned to the scene early Sunday morning, and throughout the day, they collected 60 bags of evidence that will now be brought to the medical examiner's office in Frankfort for further review. At this time, many questions still remain in this case regarding the identity of the person found, as well as how their body got there and how they died.
Tomorrow, the remains will be examined for any evidence of foul play, any evidence of a gunshot wound or a penetrating stab wound, or any evidence of blunt trauma that could explain a cause of death.
At this time, officials are not sure whether the body was that of a man or a woman, and at this time, they're still looking into whether or not the wallet that was found belonged to that person. In Anderson County, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
And today, the medical examiner will try to determine the identity and the preliminary cause of death.
Also new this morning, Lexington police arrested a man they say tried to rob a liquor store. Police arrested 24-year-old Brian Pickering minutes after he tried to rob Jackson's Wine and Spirits on North Limestone Saturday. According to court documents, Pickering walked into the store, pointed a handgun at the owner, and demanded cash. When he went to put the money in his pocket, the owner overpowered him and took away his gun. He's charged with first-degree robbery. Some creative burglars are causing concern around town. Lexington police said about 4 o'clock Sunday morning, burglars broke in the Hibbard Sports off of Richmond Road. Police think that they went through an empty Chinese restaurant to get into the shoe store. They even opened up a hole in the wall, and now some clerks are worried the same thing could happen to them.
It's creative, but it's also horrible at the same time. I mean, it just shows the extent that criminals are willing to go to gain entry. You don't want to give them points for creativity, but it's pretty creative and pretty scary at the same time.
Police are checking with nearby businesses to see if they may have caught the robbers or a getaway car on camera.
The Pikeville Police Department is taking a stand against drug abuse. Police made 9 drug-related arrests this weekend as part of a drug roundup. Lieutenant Aaron Thompson says getting drug dealers off the streets helps improve safety within the community.
A
long term, we hope that people get the message that this type of activity will not be tolerated, here in the city, and that the police department is focusing some effort to seeing that activity doesn't go on.
Police say the 9 people arrested were selling prescription drugs. And in Laurel County, deputies have made 2 more arrests in their November to Remember drug roundup. Deputies arrested 40-year-old Stacy Owen and 26-year-old Billy Mitchell. They're both from Corbin. More arrests are expected as the roundup continues. Well, yesterday marked an anniversary that one family wishes they never had to commemorate.
The Southern Kentucky family is remembering the death of their son. 5 years ago Sunday, 21-year-old Kevin Price disappeared. Investigators say he never came home from work. They're still trying to figure out exactly what happened and who killed him. WKYT's Sam Smith talked with one of Price's friends who's finding ways to keep his memory alive.
He was gone before anyone could say goodbye. Kevin Price was killed 5 years ago. On the anniversary of his death, loved ones gathered to remember him.
I miss him a lot.
Price does not have a burial site here, but his family set up a memorial next to his mother's headstone. Friends still can't believe he's gone.
Has sadness, heartache, just missing him.
Price never came home from work on November 9th, 2009. His truck was found burned near his workplace. Weeks later, they found his burned remains in a different part of the county. The Price family is offering a reward for any information that would lead to the arrest and conviction of the person or people responsible for this.
I know I think about it every day, and the people who done it, they're probably thinking about it too, and somebody will slip up and say something and it'll be over for them.
Those that knew Price want to make sure he's not forgotten. Memorials like this are now on display. This one is where Price's truck was found. Another one is where his body was found.
Justice needs to be served. I mean, it's been a long time, and I still believe that, it'll come. It'll eventually come.
In Pulaski County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The reward the family's offering is worth more than $10,000. New this morning, Laurel County Sheriff's deputies are trying to find a man they say tried to steal from a store and then insulted an employee. Deputies say a man put on a coat in a Laurel County Walmart and tried to leave without paying for it. When an employee confronted him, that's when police say that man took off the coat and shoved the employee. Police say the man's about 5'9", 150 pounds, brown hair, and has a short beard.
For the first time in nearly 15 years, Commonwealth Stadium is getting a makeover. Crews wasted no time after Saturday's game in tearing down lights and cables to make way for a brand new facility. The $110 million project is expected to be finished by the start of the 2015 football season. But some season ticket holders will have to change seats, and some are not happy about it.
We're in section 229 right now. It's actually really good seats right by the press box, front row. My kids have grown up there. I mean, daughter's 15, my son's 8 or 10, and they have grown up playing there. Just great seats. So now we're moving to the other side of the stadium.
Designers say the downsizing of the seating capacity of the stadium will leave more space for premium seating and elevators. The renovation, again, expected to cost nearly $110 million. Crews out at the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green will begin fixing the giant sinkhole today. The project is expected to cost around $3.2 million and take 8 months to complete. The sinkhole opened up inside the museum last February. It swallowed 8 Corvettes, 5 of which are considered beyond repair. GM unveiled the first restored Corvette this week in Las Vegas.